What's up guys, it's time for another FM Virtual Stadium tour, and today we are taking a tour around the Allianz Arena, the home stadium of Bayern Munich Football Club. And as always for you today, the first fact I have is that it was opened in 2005. But a little bit more story behind that was that Bayern Munich's old stadium, the Olympic Stadium in Munich, in Germany, was their home for a while, and they decided that they needed a brand new up-to-date stadium with all the new conferencing facilities and luxuries that newer stadiums had around the rest of the Europe and the world. So in 1997 they put together the plans to build a new stadium, and when Germany won the hosting of the 2006 World Cup, they decided they might as well make the Allianz Arena one of the main stadiums for that as well. So when they started work to build it in 2002, they made the stadium big enough for Germany to use it as a major venue, mainly at the 2006 World Cup, but also onwards after that, which meant it needed a high capacity, and it has a capacity today of 71,000. Well, 71,000, that's the capacity. But because the rules in Germany are a little bit different to the UK, where they can still have standing for fans, there are 13,500 capacity for standing fans to get in there, so that it's not just an all-seated stadium. If I swing round a little bit now, I can show you those bits at the bottom which don't have seats there. They are the standing areas, and I don't know whether this is true to real life, but they appear behind both goals, so they appear at each end of the football pitch. Next fact for you is that the stadium cost 340 million euros to build. In today's money, that's about 290 million pounds, or $450 million, but back then it would have been a little bit more in British pounds because the currency changes were different. It would have been about 250 million pounds. So if you consider that the Emirates, which has got an 11,000 less capacity than this, costs at the time another 50-60 million pounds to build, they actually got quite good value. But I don't know the rules about building stadiums in Germany. I don't know whether there's less safety, more safety, what's going on there. So yeah. Another fact for you is that this stadium is not just Bayern Munich Stadium, it's also the home stadium as TSV 1860. And I can tell you that this stadium might become irrelevant in the next few years because TSV are a small club in Germany and Bayern Munich are obviously the largest, and both of them are finding to different ends that the stadium does not fit what they want. Bayern Munich are finding they'll need a bigger capacity because they've got a lot more fans that they can fit into the stadium, and TSV are finding they want a smaller capacity because they're finding it difficult to get additional income when it's their turn to rent out the stadium because of the high costs of it. So in the years to come we might have another two stadiums in Munich, one bigger for Bayern Munich and one smaller for TSV. But at the moment there are no actual plans out to build these new stadiums. They're just talking about it at the moment. The last fact I have for you, really, because this is a new stadium, there's no history behind it, but it held the Champions League final in 2012, that one between Chelsea and Bayern Munich themselves, so they played at home in that final. Chelsea obviously won on penalties. They put a new name on the Champions League trophy. First time that had happened in a few years, I understand. And if you just take a look at the stadium as I swing round it now, it looks very modern, it looks very up to date. It's got 3 tiers. There are VIP sections, which are those window things at the back. If you look closer, there is sort of a wall here that the mouse cursor is over at the moment. You can actually substitute them in this game for VIP sections, which is what's up at the back there. You'll see that in lots of stadiums that I've done so far. But apart from that, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, I know, after the Champions League final, they found out they could actually fit another 2,000 seats in there, in the stadium, so they put another 2,000 seats up on the top tier. Up until that point, I guess the stadium was 69,000 capacity, not 71. But it's bigger now. That was a short tour and very brief history, seeing as it was opened in 2005. Very brief history of the Allianz Arena. Please remember to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and we even have our own website now. I'll put all the links in the description. Thanks for watching. Laters!